Welcome back. Part 3 of our solving problems with Siteworks. We're doing this infield retaining wall for design. At last, in the end of part 2, you did see that this was having some weird triangulation in here. What I did was I just created another line, a break line, that connected our finished grade so that it triangulated to the break line. So now we have a nice clean edge here of our slab to our retaining wall. So our next step, as I had explained to you before, is customer wanted to tie, they want their top of wall at 502 and they want to tie back. So what we're going to do is, I did put a PDF in. So if I come to my cog wheel, our images, display background image, this PDF came from the designer. They had it in the background, so it was already previously geo-referenced and everything, so it should line up. But what's nice about it is it'll bring out that writing without the need of all the MTEX. So we want to tie into the 502 contour. Customer stated that where there was a 498.25 spot grade, which is there, they wanted to come straight back and tie in to the 502 contour from that wall. Same thing over here, they just wanted to come to that wood line and tie in up there. So what we're going to do, we obviously got to create some points there. We're going to get our hamburger menu, Kogo, and we're going to go to create points and arcs. Once again, I'll preface that there are multiple ways to do this. This is just how I like to do it. I know that my face of wall down near the building was 498.5. So, and I know that my top wall is going to be 502. But I want to draw one line one time and offset it just to make things as clean as possible. So I'm going to free pick a point right on this 502 contour at the tree line, like the customer stated. Then I'm going to come all the way over here where that 498.25, and I'm going to draw one right there. And now that is going to end up being 502. But for the time being, I'm actually going to make those, we're going to call them corner retaining, and I'm going to call them 498.5. This will all make sense momentarily. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit my hamburger menu, Kogo, review and edit data. You'll remember I said I like the review and edit data, it doesn't create a bunch of extra line points. And I'm going to call this face of wall. I'm going to tap there since I've already started on the screen. And I'm just going to click through these points to get my face of wall. Can't forget our bump out. There we go. Accept. Now at a minimum, we have this line. We could always walk to the customer and say, hey, Mr. Customer, is this what you're thinking? Is it not? And get their blessing on it before we go any far forward. We know this is what they've kind of sketched out, so we're going to continue on with that. Bring our 3D surface viewer up. We can see it triangulating, all the same shade. That's good, we're all the same elevation. Why this is important is now we're going to get our top of wall elevation. So I'm going to hit my hamburger menu, Kogo, create points and arcs, and I'm going to offset that line up vertically. So I'm going to create offset line. I'm going to tap it. I'm going to offset the face of wall. Now you'll remember with this, like the slab, we have to go over for it to triangulate appropriately for 3D faces. So I'm going to hit my next, and I'm going to call this top of wall for my face. I'm going to go over 100th. It should pop it over. Right, the red line is the design line. The red line with the arrows is now our line that we're offsetting. If you're ever wondering, you can always hit 0 and see how it did it. So point right to the right. If I do negative, it should take that red line, put it on the other side. So I know top of wall is 502, and I know that the face of wall right now is sitting at 498.5. So I need to go up 3.5 feet. While I'm right here in this function, I might as well take this top of wall, so top of wall face right there, and I might as well offset it back my 2 feet, just because that is the width of the top of this wall. So I'm going to hit next, I'm going to top of wall back. Now this one I'm going to offset 2 feet, Pinch to zoom out, make sure it went the right way. It did. And I'm just going to leave that at 0 because the top wall is just 502 straight across. We're going to hit accept. Now, if we've done everything right, hit this X, we should have a wall, right? And it's a little bit flat, and that's fine. We're not done yet. But we do have our wall with our slab that gives us a really solid starting point to go to. Now, what we're going to end up doing in the next video is we're going to start building that back slope for it to tie into, because you'll remember me saying in the first video, this is our new design surface. The rest of the job site's done. This is where we're going to start grading. So we're not going to work on that design surface anymore. So we're going to just blend everything in. So in the next video, we'll go through putting in the driveway and putting in that back slope.